Data compiled by NTV from reports by the Auditor General, Edward Ouko, says the Nairobi County Assembly lost funds through irregular and unsupported purchases, as well as the payment of per diems. The House also failed to provide evidence to show whether it recovered funds it gave members as car grants since it began its first sitting in 2013. All this put on the spot the Assembly Clerk Jacob Ngwele, who by law is the accounting officer of the Assembly. Analysis of the reports indicate that most of the unexplained expenditures were made in the 2013-2014 financial year, where the Assembly paid 35 million shillings to a tours and travel company, 1.4 million shillings as transport allowance to MCAs, and another 30 million shillings as legal fees without formal approval. That same year, 7 MCAs and 1 officer of the Assembly were paid 1 million shillings to travel to London for the London Marathon without formal invitation. The following year, the County Assembly spent 13 million shillings for lunches and meals for members and officials outside the law, approved payment of 62,500 shillings as per diem, and also used different rates to pay per diems from those gazetted by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, leading to a loss of 74,200 shillings. In the year of 2015 and 2016, the County Assembly could not account for 69.5 million shillings, which it says it had banked, and another 156 million shillings, which was part of funds awarded to MCAs as car grants. In the following year, some 788.5 million shillings was reportedly unaccounted for. The figures include 780 million shillings paid as salaries, 7.6 million shillings paid to an insurance company, and 900,000 shillings paid for services. And in the year of 2017 and 2018, the Assembly made payments worth 211,351,680 shillings outside the IFMI system. The losses come in the backdrop of a series of attempts by a section of MCAs to sack the clerk on grounds that his stay in office has been contentious and illegal. Nairobi West MCA's Moses Gari had last June proposed a motion to revoke the appointments of the clerk, arguing that Ngwele's name was not stable before the Assembly for approval as required by the County Assembly Service Act. But Ngwele defended his position, saying his appointment, which was first a secondment from his post in Parliament, had been confirmed. The clerk says in documents he gave to NTV that the appointment was done in line with the law through the County Assembly Public Service Board. This, he says, was subsequently confirmed by a court of law after a section of MCAs sued him. But Part 4 of the Act, which Gary relied on, states that the appointment should be done through the County Assembly Service Board, which shall then send the name of the proposed candidate to the House for debate and approval. Silas Apollo, NTV.